is my meditation all the day, all the night, morning through night. And I delight in the law of the Lord, and on his law I meditate day and night. Morning Meditations with C.J. Marshall.
Morning. Nowadays, in this time and age, we have corrupt leaders. We have people who we look up to that are supposed to be the examples, but they fall short. They have some secret sin we didn't find out about, or the way they do things isn't exactly what we would want to have done. The Jewish nation in the time of Jesus had leaders like these, the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Look at what Jesus says in Matthew chapter 23, what kind of leaders these people were. Pick up with me, starting in verse 1. Then Jesus spoke to the disciples, saying, the scribes and Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. Therefore, whatever they tell you to observe, that observe. But do not do according to the works, for they say and do not do. So Jesus starts out by saying, these leaders sit in Moses' seat, so what they tell you, do it, but don't do what they do. Notice what they do. For they bind heavy burdens, hard to bear, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. That they tell you things that you are supposed to keep, but they don't even care to keep them themselves. They make these hypocritical laws. Look at verse 5. But all their works they are to do to be seen by men. They make their flatteries broad and enlarge borders of their garments. They love the best places at the feast, the best seats in the synagogues, greetings at the marketplaces, and to be called by men, Rabbi, Rabbi. They love all these titles and all this attention. They crave for it. But then he turns around and says to his followers, to his listeners, verse 9, but you do not be called rabbi, for one is your teacher, the Christ, and you are all brothers. Do not call anyone on earth your father, for one is your Father, he who is in heaven. And do not be called teacher, for one is your teacher, the Christ. But he who is great among you shall be your servant. Verse 12, and whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted. Jesus makes a contrast between the Pharisees and his listeners. The Pharisees crave attention. They love the best places in the market, love to be called a rabbi. They live for it. But you and I are to be humble. We are to be fair, be humble, Don't be like the Pharisees. You serve. The greatest among you is your servant. So although we may have corrupt leaders and corrupt leadership with wrong motives, you and I still need to do the right thing. Live for Jesus. Keep denying self no matter what they do. And keep living for Jesus. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Morning Meditations. May we always be like the psalmist that says, "Oh, how I love you, Lord." It is my meditation of the day. See you next time.
Morning meditations, oh how I love thy law. It is my meditation all the day, all the night, morning through night. And I delight in the law of the Lord, and on his law I meditate day and night.